I really hope I do a good job telling the story. Story time. A legacy of kindness. This is maybe my all-time favorite story to tell. Although I don't think I've ever told it to anyone outside of like my wife and kids. It's one of those things I've been waiting on. But why wait, right? Let's share this because I think it's worth sharing and it's pretty good. So let me paint a picture for you, okay? Freshman year of college. Now I went to an extremely small college my first year. At the time it was called Bethel College. It's now called Bethel University. And believe it or not, I played a year. Well, that's already a lie. I was on a football team. I didn't play. But there was something to do. Small town. It was a private college, NAIA, so I could walk on an NAIA team. Anyway, my college roommate, best friend, was the kicker. He talked me into it. Again, something to do. As you know, I was always into working out. At the time, I was still wrestling. And I thought, what the heck, why not? So with that, I got to meet all sorts of people I never would have met before. College, you're already in a dorm and sharing space with all these people you likely never would have met, right? Well, now I'm in a locker room with a bunch of just alphas, straight alphas. And I came from a wrestling background, right? But it's a small group of guys. And by the end of a season, love or hate your teammates, you love them. You still kind of love them. Like, no matter, even if they're the biggest jerk in the world, you've just been through so much together. And you've seen the highs and the lows and all, and you bond through those experiences, right? So I thought, I'm going to assimilate. I'm going to get along with everybody. No, I did not. I had my roommate, my buddy. But I was there with a bunch of guys who wanted to play football and loved football. And they were either using it as an opportunity to play in college and continue their passion, or as a stepping stone to a larger, bigger school. One of those guys was this amazing athlete called Jarrel. Jarrel had a famous father. You may know. His name was none other than Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard. One of the best of his generation, right? Now, me growing up, of course I knew Sugar Ray Leonard, right? He was on 7-Up commercials, he's Olympian, he was multiple-time world champion, 1,000-watt smile, totally charismatic, would always tease a little comeback, and we all, man, just big. I'm a big fan, but a lot of people in my generation were a big fan of that guy, okay? So when I met Jarrel, he was big guy, big athletic guy. Quiet though, very quiet, soft-spoken. And, unfortunately, if you have a celebrity father, it's going to follow you, right? So everyone's like, oh, Jarrel Leonard. So Jarrel Leonard was on my football team. Now, my suite mate, I don't know if you know what a suite mate is, but essentially at this college, you had a dorm room here, and you shared a bathroom in the middle between both of these rooms. So roughly 4 guys, right, would share this common shower, restroom sink. My suite mate was this guy named Alan. Loved Alan, okay? Now, Alan grew up in the same area I did in high school. We didn't go to the same schools, but we both wrestled. So Alan was, at that time, 6 foot, maybe 130 pounds, skinny as a rail. He didn't come from a lot of means, I guess, I don't know, he didn't have a lot of resources, okay? Alan at the time, I think, had a pair of sweatpants in college, sneakers, some jeans, maybe a pair of shorts, a couple t-shirts, but Alan didn't even have a jacket. So, and we're kids, man, we're kids, so it's not like I was paying attention to his wardrobe, but Alan, he was a very important guy in my life to this day, still a buddy of mine, but he and I were like, and again, let's paint a picture here, right? But Alan was somebody, let me say this, he's genius, super smart guy, right? We would all tutor from him. He got along with everybody, very smart guy. Now, always had not crazy, because his views are totally valid, but he always had like very, very profound political views. He was always an activist. So like my little mind couldn't understand it at that time. And I'm more open to it now, but man, he used to blow my mind all the time. We used to argue all the time, but I would still call him my best friend. Like, I never felt like we ever agreed on things, but like he challenged me to think, and he would say things like product of the environment, and I'd be like, what do you mean? And years later, I don't understand what he meant. Anyway, Alan did not come from a lot of money. He's very intelligent. So again, pay him with the little money we had to help with tutoring. Rumor has it he'd write a paper or two for you, maybe give him a couple bucks, maybe help you with some homework. He had a little side hustle going, and God love him, awesome, good for him. So with that, my man Jarrel enters the story, okay? So I'm hanging in Alan's dorm. We're watching ESPN or something, getting ready to go eat dinner in like 30, 40 minutes or something. Just hanging out, being lazy. And Jarrel walks in with another guy from college who was really wealthy too. You know, had a really nice car on campus and stuff. They hung out. They were pretty tight. And he goes, "Oh, dog, I don't have my wallet for that paper I owe you. Oh, man, but I'll get you later." And I remember looking over at Alan. I mean, it's none of my business what they got going on, right? I didn't know that they had any deal going, but I'm just seeing this happen. And I look at Alan's face, and I see Alan go, yeah, get me later. And then just as soon as that happened, Jarrel goes, "All right," and then leaves the door. He's out. And I stood there perplexed because Alan was my friend, and he did a service, and he should get paid for it. And I got mad, and I physically felt myself get hot, like literally when you feel yourself sweat down your back. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm gonna go kick his ass. And then I thought, maybe not. He's probably been boxing since he was 2, and he is pretty fast, and he is a lot stronger than me. Okay, well, I gotta do something. And just as I'm thinking that I gotta do something, that second time, Jarrel walked back in the room. And Jarrel goes, "Dog, man, I still can't find my wallet, but I went to the mall yesterday, and I bought all these clothes." He had a box full of clothing. And he goes, "Would you believe I went with my girl? She bought this stuff for me, man. None of it fits. Do you want it? You want to check it out?" Like a kid on Christmas, Alan grabbed that box. He started pulling up these pants. "Dog!" Pulling up this shirt. "Whoa!" And then this really nice winter jacket came out. I don't know, man. I'm not a designer. I'm not a big consumer. I'm not a shopper. $200 was that jacket. It was a nice jacket. So for the rest of the winter, I'd watch my sweet mate, my man Alan, on campus. You know, see him, and he would strut in that jacket. And in an instant, I learned a lot of lessons, right? And I think about this all the time, but I judged a book by its cover. You know, I immediately thought Jarrel was a piece of crap. How could, that jerk. Oh, man, he grew up in Beverly Hills. And I was way wrong. He did a beautiful thing. And it was a beautiful act of kindness. He did it in a way in which it didn't threaten Alan. You know, it was passive. It was helping him. He gave him an amazing gift, but it didn't hurt his pride. Alan earned it. It was just a beautiful thing. And I'm just so glad I was able to be a fly on the wall. Shout out to Jarrel Leonard. You're my man. You're the man. You're a good human. And not that this is about your dad, but your father's legacy is so much more than boxing, because I'm a parent, and I feel like, of course, our legacy is through our children. It's what we leave. And my man, the steps you're taking, the things you're doing, I'm talking to you, Jarrel, are awesome. And it does reflect on your father. And his legacy is bigger, again, than those boxing gloves. It's things you're doing and things like that. Proud to know you. Proud to have seen it. Proud to have shared the story. Story time. Legacy of kindness.